Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode
Hmm.
of the Bento Boxcast. This is episode
6.
26. Thank you so much, Hector. And of course, this is the most animated podcast of all the internet. All the internet, of course. Like always, I am your host, your co-host, Rafa. Okay, and by my side, as always. Never, never missing a day, never missing an opportunity to do this with me. Always there, ready to go. The best of the best. Okay. Number one guy of all around. Hector. Say hi to the people.
Hello, everybody. Hello. And Rafa, don't sell yourself short. You too are an exquisite man amongst this
Ah.
anime world.
Thank you, thank you. Anyways, let's stop jerking each other off here and let's keep going. Right, Hector?
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going, right? Um, Thank you for listening. Everybody who's tuning in, or from wherever you're listening to us, from all the platforms that we're, as you guys know, or may not know, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcast, we're also on any other platform that's associated with our Anchor account. Okay, and of course, not least but last on their list, it is YouTube. This is the mainstay, the main spot, the home base, as some would say for us, is on YouTube. Here we are, where you can see the most beautiful graphics of the cherry blossom leaves falling, or iconic, one of a kind logo on there, right? The Bento Boxcast logo. So you can always tune in on YouTube. Like we said, you can hit up that like button, you can comment down below, subscribe, and do all those things. And if you want to get in touch with us, you want to talk to us, you want to recommend topics, suggest shows, anything and everything like that, you can always hit us up on Twitter. So yeah, so that's all the plugs we have today, right? For now, Hector, we got nothing else to plug.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got one plug. Guys, I am 8 8 followers away from hitting affiliate on Twitch. So please go check out my Twitch channel. It is at twitch.tv/ultra_vman. It'll be in the description down below, and I would greatly appreciate a follow because trying to get back into the new Fortnite season. We got Call of Duty Cold War. We're gonna get Warzone on December 10th, Cyberpunk 2077 on December 10th. There's gonna be a ton of games. Trust me, you're gonna want to come and check it out.
Okay, okay. Shout out to you for doing that. Fortnite, huh? Going back to Fortnite.
Yeah, the new season legit just came out today as we're recording, which is December 2nd. And no lie, I'm terrible at the game, but it's a lot of fun. Quite literally today on stream, I didn't know how to drive because now there's cars in the game. And I drove off a waterfall cliff, and the vehicle exploded, and I got myself and my teammate killed. So like,
Nice.
yeah, there's some shenanigans there. I'm pretty bad. I'm getting my building back a little bit, but yeah, Fortnite's kind of making a resurgence surprisingly, and they also added the Mandalorian skins in there. So that's honestly the main reason why I'm coming back, just for the skins. So we'll see.
Okay, cool, cool. I'm not a Fortnite fan, but you already know I support, and of course, the listeners will support too. You know, the awesome listeners. Speaking of the beautiful, awesome listeners, and speaking of someone that actually came from your stream, Hector, because
Oh.
I noticed. Shout out. There's only been one comment, the most recent comment that we've had. I don't know if there's anything on the Twitters, right? I don't think we saw anything on Twitters. Maybe
Nah, not
Jay
yet.
sent something here and there, but um, I don't remember anything of that. But we have a new commenter. He commented on the first episode. He went way back to the
Hmm.
first episide. So you know this is a new guy. He's checking out our stuff. Came over, jumped over from Hector's stream. His name is Anime Fan. So shout out to Anime Fan. All he said was like they're plain and simple, straight to the point. You know, he came in, came out, said, "You check this out," and I'm out of here. I'm gonna leave you guys alone. I don't want to bother you guys. All he said was hi. Simple, clean, beautiful, to the point. So I'm gonna say hi back to Anime Fan. If you're listening to this, shout out to you, man. Thank you for checking out the podcast. And yeah, thank you for the support because you're here supporting Hector. Because Hector, not gonna lie, I pop in here and there sometimes watching your stream,
Ooh.
and you know, and the Anime Fan's in there, so he's in there, so giving you the support every once in a while too. So yeah, no, shout out to him for that for the comment. You know, see, man, so we tell you guys, you know, comment to let us know what you guys think because we even read that. All he said was hi, and then you know he's getting a shout out. You know, he didn't even
Easy peasy.
easy
The
peasy,
littlest
just like
work he
that.
had to do.
Right, he literally typed in two letters and then hit enter, and he got a shout out. So, shout out to Anime Fan. Thank you so much for that. That's all we have for the comments. Also, if you're wondering where we've been, last week we took the week off. Kind of. It's kind of, you know, like we were kind of having some scheduling problems, and we're just like, you know what, let's just chalk this one up as an L and just move on. You know, Thanksgiving week, so things were kind of scrambled everywhere. You know, I was trying to get myself situated. You know, certain days I was trying to do it. Certain days Hector's trying to do it. We couldn't get. We were off. Our vibes were off last week. We weren't vibing. You know, we weren't really vibing last week. But as you guys can tell, we're back, right? Because you're listening to the newest
Mm-hmm.
episode. So we're gonna be back in full force. So it's gonna be lots of more fun, lots of awesome anime stuff to come. But I think that should be pretty much all of the little intro stuff we got taking care of that. And it looks like we are extremely early. We're at Hector. We're actually catching the early news segment this week. Because normally we catch it around what 10:30, right?
Oh yeah, normally we're we're a little bit later than we
We're
usually are, but we're
we're
here.
at least a whole hour later where we are now. But here we are. You know how they have like the morning news, the midday news, and then like
The late night
the
news.
the late night news. We're in the middle. We're
So the
like
evening
in
news.
between. Yeah, the evening news. Not like not the late news. We're the evening news right now. Anyways, jeez, I'm rambling here. It's time for the news with our anime correspondent and me also, because I also have some things to talk about. Hector.
Why don't you just say anime correspondence as a plural?
I don't know.
I've always like wondered. I'm like, he also has stuff to say too. Like, why do you always
No,
say and me?
because you are the anime correspondent here on the Bento Boxcast. Okay, I'm just that friend who jumps in once in a while to say something. You're the main guy. You don't want like when they have like the anchor, like people reading the news or whatever.
Oh yeah,
You're
right.
him, you're the weatherman. You're the guy that they sent out on the field. You're everything. You're the whole news. Okay, I'm just the guy that shows up every once in a while.
When you said that they sent me out, I just think of that guy that the Eric Andre show. Where he's like, "Let me in."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's you.
I guess we get right into it just to make things clear. So I think what I kind of want to do for this episode, Rafa, is I want to go one and one. So I'll go, then you go, then I'll go, then you go.
Okay.
Just to make it kind of fresh and different for everybody that's listening. If you have watched in the past, normally it's just I say my stuff, then Rafa says his stuff, and give it a little flair. But I want to start off with kind of a minor one, and it's something kind of crazy. Essentially how this is going to go is a article came out on comic book slash anime, so comicbook.com slash anime slash news, and on there the article was released on November 19th 2020, so it's kind of an old article, but I found it really, really interesting and I wanted to share with everybody here. It is titled, "You'll be able to major in manga and anime at one university soon." And to be specific, that university is actually brought, or rather the entire article is brought to you by Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll recently reported that Kaishi Professional University, the private school which is located in Niigata Prefecture of Japan, has officially approved plans to form an anime and manga department. This means that students will be able to major in those mediums moving forward, and the department plans to be operational by April 2021. They expect to serve around 80 students, and from theory to practice, students will have to create over 600 hours of course content, solely revolving around anime and manga. The department will host an array of educators, both permanent and visiting, so students can expect some of the top manga creators, animators, designs, illustrators, and more to teach them during their college run. So really, really sick. They're gonna start taking applicants for the majors starting on December 1st, and yeah, I mean it's super sick to see that something like anime is like bleeding into, um, just something like like studies, like just college
The
studies, and
education. Yeah.
yeah, and it's really really cool to see that. And the two poster children, right? The two poster anime characters that they use to promote kind of this article and kind of show off is of course Naruto and Goku. And I think that's really really
Mm.
cool. Two iconic characters. Of course, it's shown in anime, but for the most part, everybody like those
It's
are
the
two
most
characters.
known.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna know them immediately. Like it's nothing crazy.
I
To
was gonna
not put those two.
say I was gonna say Naruto and Luffy. I'm amazed they didn't put Luffy up there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think anybody that previously or currently or in the future are going to be part of the big three anime. I'm sure you've heard of the big three anime for shonen, which is like
Yes, of
Naruto,
course.
Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, and then once Bleach went away, it was One Piece. Um, and yeah, like just when Naruto went away, it was My Hero Academia, and people are saying Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be up there with the big three. Like, um, yeah, there's like a wider range of manga anime that are be past, present, future that you could put up there and be like, oh, of course anybody knows these characters. But I'm not surprised that Goku and Naruto are the picks for that. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's just super cool to see. But 600 hours of course content, like I don't know. Um, it's been a minute since I've been in school, so I don't know how like if that's like a ton of content for a class. And I mean, having 80 students is kind of nutty, but I mean, I know like some universities have like hundreds of students in one class, so it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that's super dope to see that manga and anime is going to be something that is prevalent in education. And I mean, I would love to take this course, right? It's unfortunate that it's only in Japan, but maybe, just maybe, cross my fingers that it comes over to the US and there's some kind of course that you can take. I don't want to major in it, but I would love to just take a course. It's just about anime and manga in general.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a big fan of college. I'm actually a college dropout myself. It looks like I'm packing my bags, baby. Here I go, dude. I'm gonna
Finally find your
major.
passion.
Finally found my passion, man. I'm gonna major in anime and manga, and my minor is gonna be specifically anime titties.
Oh, Opie, we love
Can't
to hear
wait.
that.
Oh, can't wait, baby. Can't wait. So, sorry, Hector. I'm gonna have to take my leave once I get approved to the anime university in Japan. So you're gonna have to figure some shit out. Oh, I just cursed. Good luck, Hector. Goodbye, and sayonara.
I mean, or we can just take this pod on the go to Japan.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, their situation in the world over there is a lot better than we have it here in the U.S. So I mean, hey, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, it's not like we're gonna with us, you know. I'm not sick, you know.
I thought that was a real cough. I was like, okay, let
No,
me do
no,
that.
I'm I'm joking.
I was like, oh
Um,
no.
shut up, Hector. You talk too much. It's my turn.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Next news next news story we got for you guys. I feel it's pretty hype. I'm pretty hyped about this, you know. Um, HBO Max. Everybody has HBO Max, the streaming service. It's very popular, and it's honestly it's becoming like a big powerhouse. Like they're having a lot of great stuff on HBO Max, you know. Heck, do you have HBO Max?
No, but I bum it off our friend Kenny.
There you go. So you could have just said yes. I also have HBO Max. I don't. I live with Kenny and I don't bum it off him. I have my own. Because I'm stupid like that. But anyways, HBO Max to stream English dub of Jujutsu Kaisen anime. Okay, so it was revealed actually today. This is Wednesday that we're recording this. That on December 4th, which is from 2 days from now, actually. The HBO is going to start airing the dubbed episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen on there under Crunchyroll collection. So it looks like that Crunchyroll and HBO Max kind of have like a deal. It seems like so you're gonna do whatever There's gonna be certain picked out specific selected anime from Crunchyroll that's gonna be on HBO Max. So for those out there who have HBO Max but don't have Crunchyroll and you still want to watch some really good anime, this is gonna be awesome because right now one of the best anime airing right now is Jujutsu Kaisen. Some could even make the argument it's the best anime airing right now. So like it's really cool to see that HBO Max is getting into streaming anime and things like that. Because uh, HBO Max has a lot of great stuff. They have TV shows, they have movies. They have some really top notch, really top tier shows on there. And it's really cool that they're getting into anime also. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what else they got on there. I haven't really looked into it because I have Crunchyroll and I have Funimation, so I pretty much have everything already there with me, right? I really don't have to go out and really look for it anywhere else other than like Netflix. Um, and I think there's another streaming service out there like H Dive or something like that. I can't really remember the name. Like they have their own exclusives. Oh, and Amazon Prime, but majority of the anime tends to be on either Funimation or on Crunchyroll. So also, fun fact, it's also going to be dubbed in Spanish, Portuguese, French, and German. All right, so
Ugh.
look at
I'm
that.
just
Look at all
kidding.
those different languages you can watch Jujutsu Kaisen. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty excited to see that HBO Max is starting to get into anime streaming, even though it is through Crunchyroll. Who knows? Maybe later on they'll have their own exclusives too. I don't know. Just I thought it was something really cool to kind of point out for those out there who have HBO Max. You can watch one of the best anime that's aired this season, pretty much starting now. Now, pretty much because it's already going to be on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, then on to my next one, and it's gonna be a big one because this is kind of a double whammy. Essentially, what came out recently is that Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train movie has yet again broke records, has yet again surpassed anyone's idea or theories of how great it could be, because not only did it in Japan earn the Hochi Film Award for animation. So, to explain a little bit further, we get into this article from AnimeNewsNetwork.com, and it was published on today, actually, the 2nd of December. It says the Hochi Shimbun newspaper revealed on a Wednesday that the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie, Mugen Train anime film, has won the animation category in the newspaper's 45th Hochi Film Award. The other films, including non-Japanese animated films, nominated in the category included Ongaku, Our Sound, Doraemon the Movie, Nobita's New Dinosaur, Onward, Maranora's Fantastic Tale, Violet Evergarden the Movie, Omoi, Omoware, Furare, The Addams Family, Missing Link, The Addams Family, what? Missing Link, and Stand By Me, Doraemon 2. Demon Slayer beat out all those, selling a total of 20,532,177 tickets for roughly $265 million in 45 days as of November 29th, which is the day the film released. The film has now earned more than James Cameron's Titanic in Japan and has become the second highest earning film of all time. Only Spirited Away, which is 30.8 billion yen, now sits above it. So the fact that this movie came out this year during a world pandemic and still broke numbers like that, it even beat out Titanic, becoming the number 2 movie of all time in Japan, is incredibly nutty. And I mean, yeah, like so many people knew that this movie was going to be fantastic and they're super, super excited about it, but now it's even better. Like obviously people are noticing that anime is going to be making a ton of money, and of course Demon Slayer, which is a movie show, anime, manga, right? It's just something that everybody has loved, and you rarely find anybody that has anything negative to say about this. So whenever things go back to normal, or whenever they decide to bring this movie over to the US, you can guarantee me and Rafa are going to buy tickets and go watch this, because man, am I super excited for this.
That is facts, no cap.
Facts, no cap. Would you say in the playing pod? Facts,
Oh,
no cap,
you're
no brim.
You're capping with no brim. Yeah.
I was dying when I heard that. But yeah, Demon Slayer knocking out the ball from the ballpark. I forgot how that saying goes. Knocking it out the
Nah, you
park.
got
There
it.
you go.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah. Knocking balls out of ball parks. That makes sense. Yeah, why not?
But yeah, I mean, Demon Slayer, incredible movie, incredible show, incredible manga, incredible anime. It's a must watch. If you guys have not checked it out, it is. I'm sure you can find it. It's everywhere. I'm pretty sure it's on Funimation. It's on Hulu. It's on Crunchyroll. It's everywhere. Check it out for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm. All right. Moving on from that, Hector. I got some more news. Some more news talking about how big anime is getting around the world. Okay. Have you heard of the publication New York Times, Hector?
You mean one of the leading newspapers in the U.S.? Of course.
Oh, okay, okay. I see that you do not live under a rock. Okay, good, good. Well, Hector, it says here. Also by got this article from AnimeNewsNetwork.com. It says here, the New York Times names "Keep Your Hands Off Izuken," which is an anime, by the way, one of the best 2020 best shows. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read the little piece of this article right quick for you guys. It says here, the New York Times best TV shows of 2020 includes media that both premiered and ended this year. Everything from critically acclaimed dramas like Better Call Saul to laugh out loud comedies, including What We Do in the Shadows, which both of those shows are great. I love both. Better Call Saul and What We Do in the Shadows are awesome. They're hilarious in their own respect. Like it's really great shows. And it says, it continuing on, it says here, included twice on James Poneglypsky, Mike Hale, and Margaret Lyon's list is Masaki's Yusa's anime series Keep Your Hands Off Izuken. Sorry if I butchered everybody's name in that, but I did. Pretty much just saying that it's on that list. It's on the list of 2020's best shows of this year. This year, 2020, is considered one of the best shows just in general, not just in anime, not just in animation, just in general, one of the best shows of this year by the New York Times. So that is pretty awesome to see. Um, the show itself, it's about these three high school girls who want to make an anime. Like that's like the most simplest thing I can put it. Then they all have like they're all eccentric and they're all kind of unique in their own certain way. The like there's a little short one who like has like this giant imagination, and the drawings come to life around her and things like that. There's a really tall one who just thinks about making money and just thinks about how could she make money off all these ideas. And then there's the model girl who wants to do anime, but she's a model and her parents don't want her to do that. So it's a really cool show. I'm actually watching it right now. It originally aired in January of this year. So right at the beginning of the year is when this show came out. And I kind of didn't watch it back then, and I knew it was getting a lot of hype back then too. Like people were really enjoying it. I just never got around to watching it. I'm finally doing that now. Like I literally barely watched some episodes yesterday. So, it's really cool to see that they're getting that anime's getting the recognition, man. Because this is a really good show. Like this is a really really good show. Like people could. I wouldn't be well. Clearly, as we're talking about right now, it's on some of these guys' list of best shows of the year. I was gonna say I wouldn't be amazed if this would be on that list of best anime of the year, things like that. So it's a really good show. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to anime getting that recognition by New York Times, man. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean it's dope. I think that about does it for us, right?
No, actually, I have one more, Hector.
Oh, that's
Surprise!
right. You did. Oh,
Bam!
yeah.
Gotcha.
Go ahead,
Surprise!
baby girl.
Bam!
Go ahead,
Gotcha.
get down.
So, Hector, listeners, you guys know that I love Junji Ito. I love his work. You know, I made Hector read some of his material.
And I
Hector
regret that
was
to this day.
Hector was forever scarred. You know, I got John also was checking some of it out. I know I think Alex also did, but Alex likes to act like he doesn't get scared. You know, he likes to act like doesn't things don't bother him. You know, he's just a tough guy, whatever. Because that's not the point. I'm not here to talk smack about these guys. Anyways, Junji Ito. They finally they're gonna get five Funko Pop toys. You know what those are, right, Hector?
Oh,
Those
of
Funko Pop
course.
toys.
I own some myself.
Everybody owns them. I have my own sitting over here in my room. John has a giant collection. Everybody has pop toys. You go to, well, before, when conventions used to be a thing, you would go there and literally every stand would have pop toys. If you go to a GameStop, there's a wall of pop toys. If you go literally anywhere, Target, Walmart, anywhere you go, you see pop toys out there, and it's really cool to see that Junji Ito is getting some pop toys. They're specifically connected to the actual anime itself. So it's like, oh, okay, I guess, because it's like there's something wrong with the ones they picked out. Uh, by the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys know which ones are the ones that were picked out. It is I don't remember the exact names for them. It is, I have it right here. Give me a second. It is fuck, what's her name? So one of them is Slug Girl. I don't. That's literally the name that she has. That's her name, Slug Girl. I know you haven't read that, Hector, because I'm pretty sure you only read the ones I told
I
you to
have
read.
not. Yeah, I only read the ones that you told me to read.
Um, Slug Girl, the girl becomes a slug. Like you know how like like the slug has like the shell that like it hides in or whatever.
Okay.
Uh, like the house, like this little house. The girl's head becomes the house. So like her tongue becomes the slug,
Hmm.
and
Gross.
her head becomes like the little shell. Yeah. So the little pop toy itself, the girl has her mouth open. And there's a little slug coming out. It looks really cool. Um, did you read the one? Did I tell you to read the one? No, no, I didn't. I didn't. But there's this one where these guy finds like this like jade um like a jewel, like a jade, like a rock, an emerald type thing, right? And the
Okay.
longer you hold it, the longer you hold it, you get obsessed with it and you want it and everything like that. And then holes start coming on your body, legit holes, like almost like if ants buried burrowed through your body. So like wind passes through your body, like it makes a noise like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, like so you're like literally riddled with holes. There's one like that, like the main guy, like the jump scare of that specific comic. He's one of them. Tomie, which is a really like awesome, like multi-series, well, not multi-story, multi-chapter story. Tomie, which is like this girl who got killed, and she came back, and like she's kind of like a ghost monster thing now, where like she seduces men, and like the men go get obsessed with her, and then they want to kill her, and like they want to like chop up her body and things like that. And every single time Tomie dies, like let's say you for example Hector, let's say you fall in love with Tomie, right? She catches you in her evil vices or whatever. And you go crazy, and you kill her. You chop her in half because you're crazy. And you're like, well, done. I've done what I wanted to do. I killed Tomie. The her bits and pieces are lying around. Like let's say you chop her arm off or whatever. That arm grows into another Tomie. So like she multiplies and just keeps going on in the world, spreading destruction and evil. It's really cool. It's really good. It's really good. Really good. Tomie
That
is there.
sounds gross.
It's really good. It's like top, top, top. It's really good. And there's another one. It's called the Fashion Model. I think that's the name of the story itself. I want you to read this one, but this is the one that I told you to read if you wanted to. That bonus one I put in the list. You never did, but that was this one. It's this lady. She's like legit looks like a monster, and like they invite her to like do like a fashion like a fashion suit
Hmm.
shoot, and like she has like this giant like jaw and like like monster teeth, and she kills everybody. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good one. That was also pretty good. And the other one, I know who the last one is. This guy. It's more like a comedy one. I'm not a big fan of that one. It's like this kid who has like his name is Shochi Tsuji. He has like chopsticks. He has like a little bug on him. I really don't like him that much. I really don't like his stories. It's more like comedy, like dark comedy type thing. Like, oh, look at these like stupid situations this guy gets himself in. I don't really don't like those stories. But anyways, I'm here rambling about these stupid ass pop toys. Um, if you guys are interested in these pop toys, you guys do want to get these pop toys. You can pre-order them through Hot Topic. That's like they're like in a Hot Topic exclusive. It looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can pre-order through there, and you should get them by the end of January. They're saying by the end of January, by early February, you should get these delivered to you. There's one specific pop toy that's not going to be on Hot Topic. It's going to be on a different website. Um, it is the Cursed Hideo. Uh, I think that's the one with the guy with a bunch of holes in him. I think that's the one. Let's see what's the website. I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah, so it's called the Curse Hideo. That's the guy who has a bunch of holes in him. It's on the website Bam Books a Million. It's exclusive to that website. So if you want to get all five, if you want to complete all five, just keep in mind one of them is not a Hot Topic. One of them it is on uh, Bam Books a Million website. They're all going for about 12, $13 each. So if you are interested, there's some I do want to pick up. For me, I want to pick up. Go back to I kind of want to get all four, other than the guy with the chopsticks. But I think if I'm gonna get four, I think I should get all five. But like complete the set.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I love their work. I love what Junji Ito does. So it's really cool to see that he's starting to get more and more recognition, even though like he's considered the best horror manga artist like pretty much ever. It's always really cool to see him getting that shout out, even though he's already beloved and loved everywhere and stuff like that. So, um, that's pretty much it, Hector. Thank you for the news. All right,
That was a good one. I actually really liked a lot of the articles that we talked about, but
that's some good stuff. Yeah.
it's time to move on because we watched all of the news an hour early.
Right, exactly. We're an hour early. So moving on from that, as something that Hector brought up to me that I didn't know, that I was super surprised about, is that there is going to be a kind of like a mid new season of anime almost starting this week, right?
Like quite literally the first week of December. Not necessarily this week
December.
that the episode comes out, but the following full week of December.
So pretty much like you were saying is that like because of the whole thing that's going on worldwide, that pretty much kind of threw everything out of whack, delayed a lot of things, right? A lot of shows were pushed back, were delayed, were put on hold, things like that. And a lot of these shows they're gonna be airing this pretty much this month, right? Oh, they're gonna start airing this month,
Yeah, so like
right?
for example, those that probably do know because it's the biggest one coming out this year, or at least this half of fall anime is going to be Attack on Titan season 4, the
Attack on
final
Titan.
season. Yeah.
Right. So that's going to start airing this week, which is crazy because within a month or so, the next season is going to start, right? With the winter season.
Mhm.
So it's like anime kind of stacked on anime because there's gonna be certain shows that are gonna be airing at the beginning of December and following right after 1 month after that, around January, we're gonna start getting even more new anime for the winter season. But speaking other than about Attack on Titan, because we're all excited about Attack on Titan, we all can't wait for that final season. There's another anime that's going to start airing. I just want to give them a little quick shout out because I'm a big fan of this anime. It's called Laid Back Camp Season 2, Going to be airing January 7th. So next week, right? Next week? Because what, today is the second?
You said January 7th?
Is it January 7th? Am I dumb? Yeah, oh, it is January 7th. Oops. Oopsie, oops. Okay, never mind. January 7th. I for some reason, I swear to you, I think I'm going crazy. I thought that said December. I was like, oh, cool, December 7th. It's gonna be airing with Attack on Titan. Nope, it's gonna be airing for the winter season. So, but the thing is, I think this anime was scheduled to air in the fall season. So I think it got pushed back
Oh, it was
to
one of those
winter.
unfortunate animes, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So, um, well, check at that. Look at that. So, if you guys are fans of Laid Back Camp, it's just a slice of life, cute anime girls doing cute anime things. But instead of them being in a club, like after school hanging out, I mean they are in a club, but the club that they're in is like a camping club, so they go out and camp. That's pretty much the show. So they're instead of them being in a classroom goofing around doing whatever they do, they're out in the woods camping. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more of what it's a lot more what I enjoy. Slice of life moe, so I can't wait for some more of that. Especially season two of a show that I already know I like because I slice of life moe nowadays ain't hitting like you used to, Hector. Ain't hitting like you used to. So I'm glad I'm getting more of something that I know I like. So January 7th, can't wait for that. And Attack on Titan this week should start in the first week of December, right?
Yeah, so first full week of December, I don't remember the exact day, but essentially it's going to be starting. Actually, no, yeah, it's literally sometime this week after this episode comes out. If not at towards the end of this week, that we're going to be releasing this. So definitely be on the lookout for that. It's going to be really dope. I'm super excited for it. And yeah, like trust me, we'll be covering it when the first episode comes out, and I'm sure we'll have some stuff to talk about later on. And actually, just to go off of like what you said with your anime, uh, you'll for sure be hearing us talk about it later on when we talk about the winter 2021 season. So Rafa can definitely more in depth about the show itself and tell you why you guys should be watching it. So
Right. So pretty much the the end of 2020, beginning of 2021 is going to be anime jam packed, man, to the brim, right? To the tippy top, right? So, moving on from that, I know Hector. There's an anime that you want to talk about, Hector, specifically, right?
yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this one because I had mentioned to Rafa while we were just chatting in an Xbox party that I recently watched an anime. One that I had actually recommended to Rafa via Anime Swap, if you guys remember. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Uh, Funny enough, I also found out that that's not exactly the name that is used in Japan. The official English translation is Teenage Pig Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. But they had to call her Rascal because to be nice and whatnot. But that's besides
I
the
mean,
point.
he was called a pig in the show.
Yeah, that's true. He did. Yeah, he did do some questionable stuff that normal. Well, I don't want to say normal, but just most people wouldn't do. But anyways, I watched the movie of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, and I had the bold statement of saying that I'm putting it on the level of A Silent Voice.
Which is crazy.
And for those of you that may or
Which
may
is
not
crazy.
know, me and Rafa absolutely love
Love it.
A Silent
Sign
Voice. We
voice.
put it
So good.
in like one of our top favorite anime movies of all time. And man, do I have this up there because not only did I cry, I felt so many mixed emotions. I was angry. There were scenes that quite literally shook me to my core. And
Wow.
it was like, I don't want to spoil any of it for you because quite literally spoiling one thing steamrolls into other stuff. So, like, I promise you, if you guys ever think I need to watch an anime movie, this is one of them that I'm gonna highly recommend every single time. However, the only downside to it is that you have to watch the first season on Crunchyroll, or I don't know if it's on anywhere else. I believe actually it's on Hulu as well, so probably Funimation through that connection. But Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Watch the first season that came out, and then after that, you can watch the movie because it kind of continues off of what happened there. And my God, was this movie absolutely fantastic! I cannot speak any more praise about this movie. Like, it's Très magnifique. Oh my God, dude, it's fire. Like, I cried. I remember I was watching it during my break at work, and then as soon as I got off work, I continued watching it, and it's about an hour and 41 minutes. And man, was those hour and 41 minutes super well spent. I started to tear up on the bus, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. Like, not here, not in public. And then the hard hitting, get you in your feel moments happened towards the end, and thank God I was home for that because I sobbed. I was like, no, my heart. It was. I'm telling you, Rafa, you have to watch this. Like, I need you to finish the show, and I need you to watch this because it is so good.
Now, Hector, I tend to hold anime that make me cry on very high regards. Anime that make me literally sob. I hold them like they're like God tier in my book, you know, like S plus plus tier. So for you to say that you cried, it does intrigue me. Okay. I'm for sure gonna watch it. I'm gonna have to finish season one and then go into the movie to see if you are wrong or if you are right about this. Um, I just have to see. I just have to see it. Watching myself. Now, you said it continues the story, right? Continues after season one. You have to
Exactly.
watch
Yeah.
season one.
So, the
Does
only
it end the show? Does it like wrap up the story?
not necessarily because they have been in talks of creating a second season. So they kind of made the first season and then obviously the movie, which is directly after some of the stuff that happens in season one, and then from there have been talks of a season two. However, they did quote unquote postpone it, and they have not released a tentative date for when it's going to be coming back. Now,
Now,
I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but as of right now, it's up in the air. So there's like no information that we have, but we know that they were allegedly in talks for a season two because of how popular it was.
now let's say that there is no season two. Does the story kind of end off in a good point? Like, do you feel like with the end of the movie, do you feel like you can just leave it there? You know, like does it wrap up kind of nicely?
Surprisingly, yes. Like,
Oh,
if this had to be the final thing of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, then I would actually be happy about it because it does wrap up a big like issue that the first season kind of ended off with. So yeah, I mean, if this was it for me, 100%, I think I'm confident in saying this is within my top 7 favorite anime of all time, and maybe it might not even be number 7, but just for sure in the top 7 range.
wow. Okay, okay.
Now, the only thing I will preface with this is that the movie is going to directly be affected by your attachment to the characters within season 1. So if you just genuinely do not care about like 90% of the characters from the anime, like the season 1, you probably won't feel as affected in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it really depends on your attachment to the characters and how I think the word is like enveloped you are by the show, like how sucked in you get by the show that really dictates how you're gonna react to the movie.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess I got some additional homework to do. Catch up to so you could talk about it. All right, for sure. Thank you, Hector, for that. Now it says here, Hector, I just got my assistant here just gave me a little note. It says that you have, let's see here, top selling manga in Japan for 2020. Interesting. Look at that.
Oh yes, and I actually want to ask you, what
Uh,
do you think the number one selling manga of 2020? This is all of 2020. So January to December, which one do you think is the highest selling anime this year?
In Japan?
in Japan. Or yeah, in Japan 2020 for the manga anime season. Which one do you think is the highest selling one?
Um,
And before you kind of think a little bit harder, you do in fact know this one. You have watched it, and you for sure watched
I've
it.
watched it. I was gonna say One Piece, but if I watched it, that's not One Piece because I really haven't watched. Well, I mean, if you consider what I've seen for 4 Kids TV dub, but that was like years ago. The only thing I would guess would be it would have to be Jujutsu Kaisen because it's the only thing I can think about right now.
Ooh, well, Jujutsu Kaisen is indeed within the top 5 rankings, but the absolute number one manga sold in 2020 was Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Oh, I forgot about wow, I forgot all about Demon Slayer. Oh, shoot!
So there is a little bit of an extra reasoning as to why it was number one. Not only did the manga itself finish this year, but also the estimated sales from November 18th, 2019 to November 22nd, 2020, it was quite literally insane. The number one ranking, like I said, Demon Slayer manga sold 82,345,447 copies of the
Wow.
manga itself. Now, Rafa, I know this is going to be kind of crazy, but number two, what do you think is just ballpark range? What do you think the number two ranking manga is? Like, around how many units do you think they sold?
Well, if number one was like we say like 82 whatever,
82
82,
million.
82 million. Well, if it's number two, I would say maybe 50 million.
Mm. Well, you're off by 42 million.
What?
The number two manga of 2020 sold 8,251,058 copies.
Wow.
So that's how blown out of the park, out of the water Demon Slayer sold. They sold 82 million, and the next runner up was only 8 million. So, I mean, that just goes to show the immense and grandiose amount of people that follow and love this show. Manga in general, like obviously you see with the movie itself, it's breaking numbers, and of course the manga itself is going to break numbers easily. The number two, so I'll only give you the top 5 manga of 2020. So number one, Demon Slayer. Number two, Kingdom with 8 million copies sold. My bad. I'll just restart. Number one with Demon Slayer at 82 million. Number two, Kingdom with 8 million. Number 3, One Piece with 7.7 million. Number 4, Haikyuu with 7.2 million. And number 5, Jujutsu Kaisen with 6.7 million. So those are the top 5 2020 manga of Japan, the estimated sales.
Oh man, what are the other 5? What's 5 through 10?
5 through 10 are, let me make sure I get this this little image that I sent you. 5 through 10 are, gotcha. So The Promised Neverland at number 6 with 6.3. The Quintessential Quintuplets at number 7 with 6.1.
Okay.
My Hero Academia with 6 million.
Nice.
Spy X Family at number 9 with 4.5 million. And lastly, at number 10, Attack on Titan with 4.3.
Wow. I recognize all of them except for like 2.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Like 2 shows. Yeah.
Kingdom, to be honest, I've been hearing a ton of stuff about Kingdom. I think they're actually going to be creating a anime for it. If not, it's already out. But I think an anime is going to be coming out for it next.
Yeah, never heard of Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. It's apparently it's incredibly popular and actually really really good. Like
I
I
mean,
said,
it's number 2, so
I think an anime is already out for it. If not, they're going to be creating one very very soon, potentially in like in season 2021 winter. But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, yeah, like it's super dope. I'm super excited to check it out because of all the hype behind it. But yeah, I mean, Haikyuu, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Demon Slayer, Promise Neverland, Quintessential Quintuplets, My Hero, and Attack on Titan. Like all of those I've heard of. I'm actually kind of surprised at how Quintessential Quintuplets is as popular as it is.
It's
I
out
did,
there, right? Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't expect that at all.
I did watch the anime. I did like it. And I guess it's one that I might actually look into as for reading the manga because, as you know, I have a bad habit of getting excited about an anime and just going on ahead and reading it. So
The other one that I don't know is that Spy Family one.
yeah, the Spy X Family. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of it, but I mean to come in at number 9 with 4.5 million, I mean, hey, kudos to them, but it might be something to check out. I don't think I've ever heard of an anime for it as well, so we might be getting one at some point, but who knows?
Yeah, just that's really cool to see, man. It's crazy how much Demon Slayer sold. It's crazy that it literally beat everything by like literally like 80 million or whatever that number was. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
82
Even
million to
like
8 million. That's nutty.
like it beat I mean it beat all these like top players, like One Piece. It beat My Hero. It gets crazy. I can't even get my wrap my head around that, man. It's freaking insane.
I mean, yeah, and actually, to kind of segue it, which is kind of cool that you brought up My Hero. Recently they did just announce, which might bring kind of like some of the popularity back towards it, a third movie.
Yeah, I saw the poster for it. It had Bakugo, what's his name, the boy, the one that cries a lot, the main guy,
Oh,
Doki.
Deku.
Doki, I said Doki like an idiot. Deku, right? He's Doki, and hot and cold or
Todoroki.
whatever. Todoroki,
Hot
there
and
you go.
cold.
Yeah, and like they have like the like special, like I don't know, was it like a special suit on all three of them? Like
Yeah,
it's
so
like a black suit, and like they have like their colors like on there, like red, green, and blue.
yeah, so essentially this year's 52nd issue of I'm going to butcher this. Shushuya Shueisha Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine revealed on Monday that the My Hero Academia franchise will get a third anime film that will premiere in summer 2021. Original manga creator Kohei Horikoshi will again serve as chief supervisor and original character designer. Um, See, the biggest reason why I wanted to talk about this is because there were literal like articles and statements that came out from Horikoshi and others that said, yeah, the second movie is it. Like, we're not making any more movies.
Oh, really? They did
Yeah.
say that, huh?
So they straight up said we're not making any more movies. That's it. Like we're not gonna we're just gonna stick to the show and the manga and that's it. And then of course movie 1 and 2 did like outlandish numbers. Like they made so much bank off of that, and uh and like there you go. It's like cool. We'll just make a third one because we want more money. Like obviously, like everybody knew that they were gonna make a third one because the franchise is so popular and like it's so beloved. Like of course people are gonna buy tickets to watch the movie, or of course they're gonna buy the Blu-rays. And it's like they make so much money off of this franchise. Like why not make a third movie? And even then, like they're
Right.
not always canon, but they're always fire. So I know I don't think you've even watched the second movie yet, but I highly recommend you do. It's a
I
banger.
haven't. Yeah, I haven't. I wanted to see it. It flew under my radar. I missed. I didn't even know it was out. I do want
Mm-hmm.
to see it. Um, yeah, man. Like I've never really been a fan of like the anime movies, especially like with Naruto and things like that. Like I know I'm pretty sure I said it here before, but like the one thing that always bothered me was like these guys they go on their adventure, whatever. They have like a special ability or a special move they pull off in the movie, and then you never see it again in the show. That's something that always bothered me with anime movies, especially with Naruto. Because Naruto, he always had a special version of the Rasengan in the movies, and he never used it again in the actual anime itself. So that bothered me. Um, in the first in My Hero in the first movie, he didn't really have that. I mean, he had that gauntlet thing, but it broke at the end of the movie. So I was like, okay, that's cool or whatever. So like, I don't know. I just hope they don't do that. Like that really annoys me. I just I don't know. If I like it, I like for me personally, I like it when the movies are canon. I like when the movies follow the actual story itself. I know it's not always viable, I guess you can say. Like with like Naruto, they didn't do that stuff, but you know, I hope they do that here. I don't know. I haven't seen the second one, so I don't know if they have done that or not. I don't know if the second one is kind of considered canon. Is the first one considered canon? I feel like it is.
So the first one and second one have elements that are canonical. Not all like 100. You can't say 100% of the movie is canonical, but there are parts of it that do flow into the main story of the manga and the show. So to give the freshest example that I can think of, the villain in movie two is actually directly spoken about in the manga and the anime itself. So
Oh, that's cool.
they quite literally show him and actually say like, "Hey, he was an integral part in this happening in the manga, and he is prototype A of this big thing that happens in the manga." Like, I don't want to explain too much, but yeah, like he directly gets spoken about and everything in the manga itself, and in the movie itself you see his entire backstory, so you get a bunch of information on this one character, and then for the most part, like you said, in some movies you're like, oh, that's it, like that's all I get, and then it's as if it never existed. Well, with at the very least these My Hero movies, a part of it or a quarter of it or whatever, right, some of it gets put into actual use within the actual main story.
Which is cool to see because I do remember um in when My Hero's airing, one of the I can't remember what season it was, but one of the episodes said like, "Hey guys, instead of an episode, we're gonna give you kind of like a background and kind of like setting up the actual movie itself. There's for All Might and stuff like that. So like the episode connected to the movie, so it was pretty cool to see. Like I appreciate something like that a lot. When there's effort put into having the movie itself connect to the show, I like that a lot. That's personally for me. And you can make the argument of like the movies don't have to connect and there's no point to them connecting, whatever, whatever. But for me, I like it. I like it connected. I like that they connect. So, if what you're saying that makes me more hyped for to see
Mm-hmm.
the second movie and the third movie. So,
Yeah, and just to kind of elaborate a little bit more on the article that I'm reading here from Anime News Network, uh, Horikoshi previously teased in July of 2019 that the second film would be the last one for the franchise. He said, as there won't be a third film, probably. He explained that the second film could be described as a kind of a finale for My Hero Academia. That is because its story used one of the concepts he had wanted to use in the manga's final battle. So I don't want to explain what that is, but if he wanted to use that in the final battle, I think it would have been super sick, but a little unfortunate. But the movie still itself was a banger. However, the official Twitter accounts for My Hero Academia television, anime, movies, and manga made a series of teaser posts on the 23rd of November of this year, which combined to form the sentence, "He will meet the Three Musketeers." And that's why you see in the promotional image Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo standing side by side, and that's why all three of them are pictured. Because essentially, in the first film, it's the main stars are All Might and Deku. In the second film, the main stars are Bakugo and Deku, and in the third film, we'll see that all three Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo are going to be the main stars of the show.
the main guys, yeah.
Yeah, so uh, the first movie came out in 2018 of July. The second movie came out in December of 2019, and it was screened from Funimation's as a Funimation film from the United States and Canada, where it ranked number one in the United States box office. The fifth season is slated to premiere in spring of 2021, so it's going to be a minute till we watch that. But I mean, I'm super excited for the show. I'm super excited for the movie. Like, it's going to be such a banger, and I have high expectations for this. And I really cannot wait to you watch these anime movies. Obviously, Bunny Girl Senpai movie, and then the movie 2, and just catching up with My Hero. Like, it's trust me, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's My Hero. The next season's kind of far off, but we have some anime here to kind of keep us satisfied till then. We still got Jujutsu Kaisen going on right now. We got the last season of Attack on Titan airing, so we'll make it. Heck, we'll make it. We'll make it by then. So speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen,
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm finally caught up. I know it took me so long, but I'm finally here. As of this recording, episode 9 is the latest episode that just came out. So, Hector, you know how I tell you that I have shows that there's two, I have I have my categories of shows where the ones that I do enjoy watching, but I'm not super into. I tend to kind of marathon at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like binge watch them. And then the shows that I'm really into that I just can't stand not watching is the ones that I watch every week. And I'm actually keeping up with every week. Last season for me that was Rent a Girlfriend. This season it was or is should I say Sleepy Princess and the Demon Castle. And now added to that list is Jujutsu Kaisen. Even though I just barely caught up, for now until the end of the season or whenever the episodes are gonna stop, I'm gonna keep on with every single week. I'm gonna keep watching every single week because this show it is amazing. The Jujutsu Kaisen it is a banger of the show. It is uh I you can literally make the argument of the best show of the season, like the best anime show of the season. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it is the best anime of this season. I can't think of any other anime that's better than this. Yes, I love Sleepy Princess and the Demon Castle, but that's just like it's comedy and then it's just kind of like just goofiness and stuff like that, which is great. Not taking anything away from that show, but Jujutsu Kaisen, man, it comes with the action, it comes with the storytelling, it's just the animation so smooth. It's just it's a top tier anime. And like we said earlier in this podcast, at a certain point it might even be considered a top three anime. So like I can definitely see that, taking the spot from, like a vacant spot where Naruto was or where Bleach was. One Piece is probably going to be in the top three because One Piece is never ending, but you know, something that's missing, next to My Hero or something like that, this show is bad ass, man. Um and one fault that I tend to have against shows is when they do the whole thing of like this is one of the main reasons why I don't like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball in general is when they do the thing where like, oh, they died but then they come back to life. Like, I hate stuff like that because once you eliminate the fear of death, the fear of someone dying, then like there's no real threat. There's no real cost to lose of anything, right? If the biggest thing if you can't die, then there's no point, right? Like then I don't feel scared for you as a character because then they'll just bring you back to life. So then, what's the point? It doesn't mean anything. You know, there's certain situations, certain shows where they kind of work their way around it. Like for example, I don't even remember, but like in Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, early on Naruto Shippuden, there was that old lady that was teaching, was with Sakura. You remember that? Do you remember what I'm talking about, Hector?
Yeah, you mean yeah, she was part of like the Sand tribe.
The Sand Tribe, right?
Yeah.
Who was it that she saved? I can't remember. Was it Gara?
Yeah, so she gave up her life to save Gara.
Right.
Also, if you guys are like,
So
"Oh, spoiler warning! This show came out so long ago."
this is like, yeah, this is like years ago. So like in Naruto, Gara pretty much died, right? But then so then this old sand lady, she sacrificed her life to bring back Gara. Right there, I was like, okay, that's cool, that's fine because at the end of the day, someone still died, so there's still that sacrifice. With Jujutsu Kaisen, I thought they were gonna do that, the whole thing of like, oh well, he can just come back to life whenever. Because you remember, I forgot what episode it was, but it's when the three main guys. The main dude. I don't know none of their names, Hector. I don't know none of their names, but it's the main guy, the guy with the dogs, and the girl with the voodoo doll. Which she's awesome, by the way. I love her. She's like the best out of the whole show. They go into that building. Is it a building?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
like a hospital?
It's like the abandoned building.
Yeah, and then there's that special grade monster there,
Hmm.
the curse. And then so the main guy, he what's his name? Do you remember his name?
Yeah. So the main guy is Itadori. The guy with the black hair,
Isidori.
his name is what is his
The
name?
guy with the dogs.
Yeah, Megumi. There you go, Megumi. And then I don't remember the girl's name.
Yeah, but essentially what happens is that man, I'm here jumping there. I'm all over the place. Let's take a step back, Hector, because I'm just gonna start rambling. Hector, you like Jujutsu Kaisen. I know you're more into you actually read the manga, right? You're into the manga as well.
Yeah, and I wanted to like bring this up to you while we were talking about this too. This manga in general, like this anime, is actually really recent, Rafa. Like extremely recent. I thought when I was reading it, I was like, oh man, it's probably like 200 something, you know, maybe 100 plus chapters, but it's like in the 160s. Like there's really not that many chapters for this, and it's actually like I said, fairly new. I can't tell you exactly when it first started. I might do a little bit of research right now on the side, but yeah, like it's really dope to see how crazy this show in general is, and like just how much love it's getting because it's super sick.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, Hector, why don't you do a nice little synopsis for the people? Because I'm pretty sure you can explain it better than I can.
Ah, say no more. Well, essentially, Jujutsu Kaisen is set around the world that kind of has curses and other folkloric things that happen within the world itself. So, for example, one of the big things that they say is like, okay, well, if you have a fear, or if everybody in the world kind of has a fear over something like the ocean or nature or hate for humans, so anything like negative emotions that
Negative
occur,
energy, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
create these curses that appear, and the more you feed them with increasing the hate towards it or fear towards it, the stronger they grow. And the only way to combat them is through these Jujutsu Kaisen or Jujutsu sorcerers who learn cursed energy or learn cursed techniques to combat the curses themselves. And uh, apparently there are multiple like groups, kind of like if you think of like Bleach, you know how like they have a different society in every part of the world. After we, from what we learned, like Burn the Witch and things like that. Well, there's societies and schools around the world where they teach jujutsu sorcery and jujutsu curse techniques and things like that. So Itadori, Megumi, and the other girl are the three main characters. The first years at Jujutsu Tech, which is I believe the name of the school, and pretty much you just
Yeah.
follow them as they go through a ton of shenanigans and fight through some crazy curse showdowns and things like that. And also, the main character has a special twist. He was essentially a human with supernatural, super strength. There's not really. I know it kind of sounds weird, like, oh, what do you mean supernatural? It's like he was just
He's
incredibly
just
strong.
really strong.
Yeah,
He's just
for
for
like
whatever
no
reason, he's just really
reason.
strong.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then somehow, some way, he ends up becoming half curse. I'm not gonna tell you how because that was a really dope scene to see, and you quite literally watch it within episode 1 of the show. But you definitely have to check this show out. Rafa, I was gonna say, be thinking about this, like I want to go back towards the end of the year and think 2020, what was the best animes of each season? So
Oh, yeah,
winter,
yeah, yeah.
spring, summer, fall, and kind of just discuss out of those four that we each picked, which one would be our number one for the year.
For
Um,
sure.
and I think we could both agree that for this, well, maybe not you, but I think out of this season, Jujutsu Kaisen is really popping. So this might be my number one for this year
This
in
no,
general.
this would be my number one. I mean,
Ooh,
I do like Sleepy Princess a lot, but this show's so much. Like it's just they're so just like Sleepy Princess. It's just funny. It's just comedy straight through. Like it's just jokes, jokes, jokes. This show, Jujutsu Kaisen is it's action, and there's still also some jokes in there. Like it's just so much of a more solid show. I feel like there's just so much happening here. You really get into the story and things like that. So like kind of going off what Hector was saying. What was his name? Idori?
Itadori.
Itadori. He, yeah, like you were saying, he becomes half cursed with, uh, some might consider the strongest curse to ever exist. So think about it's kind of like in the same lines where like Naruto and the Nine-Tailed Fox almost, but more deadlier, right? I think that would be like a fair assumption,
Yeah,
a
that
fair
is definitely a
comparison.
fair comparison.
So like, so it's yes, it's like not it's Naruto Nine-Tailed Fox, but like if the Nine-Tailed Fox is trying to kill him at all times or take over his body. Um, the animation is top tier. Like it's so freaking smooth. When the animation gets like, and then you're watching it and you're just like enjoying just whatever's happening. And next thing you know, when they kick up the animation, it almost catches you by surprise because you're not really expecting it. You know, you're just watching the anime. Next thing you know, the animations there's a certain fight scene or certain actions being done, and it's super smooth and it looks so freaking good. And then like so yeah, so that I was saying, the whole scene where um they're fighting the special grade demon or curse or whatever, and then and they can't keep up because they're barely like first years, right?
Yeah,
They're
so they're
first
first
they're
years who
first
don't really
years.
know like a ton of
Like they're
curse
still
technique.
learning, yeah, especially Itadori, like he's barely learning, like he's like new, like new, um the girl, she's from the countryside, so she doesn't really face like super strong uh curses. And then the guy with the dogs, he's not he's the one, he's the one with the most experience, but like they're nowhere near ready to fight like special grade curses. Special grade curses are like the strongest there is. There's different like degrees or like rankings of the curses. Special grade is like that um top tier, like that god tier of curses. They're the ones that like if if you're not ready to fight them, you gotta run because they will kill you. There's no, hey, you might get lucky here and there. Like, no, they will kill you. Like, you got to get out of there. Like, if you're not ready for that fight. Um, it's like it's almost like they're like level 100 and you're like level 10. Like if I would have to like say like a number or something like that to it. But anyways, so in that specific episode, they all get away from the monster or whatever, and then the Itadori, he lets the what's his name, the curse inside of him kind of take over
Sukuna.
his body.
Sukuna.
Sukuna he takes over, and I love that scene so much, Hector, where he lets the Sukuna take over the body, and then the special grade curse is like, oh, like what just happened? Like I gotta get away from this guy. Like this guy's he's gonna kill me. Like that was such a cool scene
He
where
gets
the
the work.
yeah, and it's the cool thing is that when before the transformation, the special grade curse was attacking them, but like he was like dancing and goofing around, having a good time, just being a jerk to them. And then the second the transformation happened, he was literally terrified. He was scared. He started attacking because he was scared. He was fearing for his life. Like, that was such a cool like transition right there. Like at the beginning of the fight, he was just having a good time, joking around. He was trolling, teabagging them and stuff like that. Next thing you know, the transformation happened, and now he's like, ah, bro, now I'm fighting for my life. I gotta get out of here, and whatever. So that was really cool to see. And then the whole thing where I really liked what happened, where what's his name, Sakuna or whatever, he took Itadori's life in like as a hostage. That was so cool. I did not expect something like that. He spoiler. I mean, this is huge spoilers. We've been spoiling the whole show by now, but like huge spoilers. He rips out Itadori's heart out of his chest, and he's like, "Hey," and at this point, he already killed the special grade monster, and he's out and about, and he runs into the guy that could summon the shadow dogs, and he's like, "Hey, bro, like we're gonna fight now, like that's what's up. We're gonna box it out or whatever." So like he rips out his own heart, and he's like, "Hey, like me as this curse, I can live without this." But your homie, your boy, Isidori, he can't live without this. I'm just letting you know right now. So like this is the situation you're in, and he did all that because he wanted Itadori to agree to the terms of what was it um I like you let me switch to like you let me switch to your body, like we switch bodies whenever I want to or something like that, like pretty much giving him control over the body instead of Itadori just always being in control pretty much. And like and Itadori's like, okay, like he didn't want to, and Itadori's like, well, if you are, you can't hurt people, you can't kill people, this and that. And the cursed guy agreed to it. So like that was such a cool thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I liked about this show, because even though technically Itadori he did die, he was dead for a few hours, I think at least. Um, the only reason that he was still alive was because of the most strongest curse in the world kind of kept him alive. And he was only doing that just so he could kind of bargain his way to have a little bit more power over him. So like that was cool. Like that, I kind of that's not points against the show. Because like I was saying earlier, I hate when shows do stuff like that where characters just get to come back to life and there's no consequence in their actions. There's consequences here clearly because now he made a deal with this curse. So, trying to think what else. Also the scene I really liked was the guy with the volcano guy when he was talking to the priest dude and they're like in the cafe. Remember that scene?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, there were so many iconic scenes in this show. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Where like they meet up in the cafe, and then all these like big curses. By the way, if you hint, those are some pretty powerful ones that I had mentioned earlier. They all kind of meet up to speak to this one guy,
Is
and
the guy is the priest guy a curse too?
no, he is. Yeah, keep an
He's
eye on
he's a
him.
he, he's a human, right? He's a human. He's a regular dude.
Something
I
like
mean,
that.
if he's not a curse, he has to be a human.
Something like that.
Okay, but
No, because if I tell you, it like spoils something later on that's
okay,
like super sick. But yeah, no, like definitely keep an eye on that one character himself, and then the other. Well, I mean, I guess I could just tell you because that's not really spoiling. But the other three curses that he's with are actually the curse special grade um fears of the ocean, the earth, and what's the last one? The ocean, the earth, and volcanoes. So you know how everybody's like afraid
oh, that's
and
cool.
cautious of volcanoes, like each one. So obviously the fire one is volcanoes. Uh,
Yeah, he was cool. He was crazy. Like
yeah,
the scene that I'm talking about is when they're in the cafe and like he's getting excited because the priest guy's telling him, giving him some information about like what they need to do to kind of tip things into their favor, and he's getting excited, and literally people around him are burning, like they're catching on fire, like instant combustion, like in Fire Force when they just like caught on fire like immediately, like that was insane. That scene was pretty crazy.
yeah, and then like I said, the other one is she had like branches coming out of her eyes, and that's the earth one, and then the like the weird fish thing is the one for the ocean. They all look
The ocean.
dope. They like just a heads up, they all transform. They all have like a second form. It's super dope. And the most recent episode of the show, episode 9, was fantastic.
Yes,
Mahito is the villain there. The guy that transformed like the kids into like these deformed things.
that was so freaky looking how the kids were looking.
When I saw
It,
that both in the manga and the anime, it immediately reminded me of Junji Ito and like his
I was
weird
gonna say the
funky
exact
work.
same
Yup, I
thing.
knew it. Like, but yeah, like
Yes,
his
I was
weird funky,
yes.
like it just makes you
The this
cringe and just
the
gives you shivers.
distortion of the body. Yeah, was legit gonna say like this reminded me of Junji Ito right here. I love it. I loved it so much.
Yeah, and that guy himself, he is the cursed spirit of hate between humans. So that guy is a
Ah,
very strong guy. He's super dope. You're gonna see him quite a bit. And he has a special connection to Itadori. I won't tell you what it is, good or bad, but Keep that in mind. So this guy is going to be playing a central role against our main heroine in the show.
Hero. Heroine isn't heroine for a woman. Main hero.
I don't know. I think it just means like the main hero, man. The
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Itadori.
Isadora. Yeah, yeah, Isadora. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and the one cool thing is like they kind of give you an idea of what their power level is, because the volcano guy asked the guy that's all stitched up. He's like, hey, like if you have to rate me, how many fingers would I be for like the ultimate big curse or whatever? And he said that he was about like 8 fingers, you know. Like I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that
okay.
was
That
nutty.
was
And then Gojo just murks him like
Yes, and
nothing.
that's legit what I was gonna bring up next. Is that like my favorite scene of all these 9 episodes that have happened was the sensei, the teacher guy, when he was showing Itadori the what's it called, the domain, what I forgot the name of it, the
Yeah, you were right.
that's
The crystal
special
main.
power thing. The domain thing. So I thought that was first of all, I did the domain thing. That's just like a really cool idea itself. So it's like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's such an interesting, like unique thing. It's like it's almost like you release your curse energy and you kind of change the plane of field you're in, like the plane of existence around you almost. So like the what was his name? Gujo?
You were terrible with names. Gojo.
I am. I don't remember anybody's name. Gojo or the teacher guy,
Gojo
that
Sataru, the
the guy with
strongest Jujutsu sorcerer.
ever. Like they're just saying he's the strongest ever like to
Mm-hmm.
exist. And the guy with the blindfold. Um so he runs into the volcano guy because the volcano guy's trying to kill him,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the volcano guy's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna use my domain, whatever. And like, so then like they were like in a field, like in a grass field, and next thing you know, it looks like they're inside a volcano, right? And they're saying like, oh, normally most people they tend to die the second they're in my domain or whatever. So you must be really powerful. If you can just like stand here and still be alive. And then the sensei Satoru guy's like, hey, like pay attention, Ichiro, whatever the main guy name is. He's like, this is what the main stuff is, what I was telling you about. And like what normally happens is like both people who are fighting, they unleash their domains, and whoever is the strongest is the one that takes over. And that's what the sensei did. He took off his blindfold, and like he had the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in anime. Like his eyes just like listened or whatever. And then he unleashed his domain, and like they were like in space. I don't even know where the hell they were at. It looked like they were in space,
They were in
and
the
it was like,
infinite.
and then like with a black hole or like a void type thing, and like it looked insane, and like it's almost like he has like the knowledge of the universe almost. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it looked so crazy, and like the volcano guy's like, I see everything, and like wow, like he was going crazy. And like it was such a badass scene. Like I don't see the sensei ever being defeated. I
I mean,
don't I
just to put it into perspective of how nutty that scene itself is, and just how dope the sensei Satoru is. His literal like just him showing his eyes broke anime Twitter and broke anime internet. It essentially made like articles just about the fact that he showed his eyes. That's it. Like that's how popular this one guy is just to the community in general for Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, uh, trust me, this you have to watch this show. If you're not watching any show this season, this is by far the one
this
show
is the
you have
one to
to pick up.
watch.
Yes.
Hands down, hands down. The just speaking about the show itself, the opening is awesome. The opening song is great. The visuals of the opening song is great. I really enjoy that ending song with those
Me
visuals,
too. Yeah.
with them dancing, they're getting ready to hit the streets or whatever, like to go out for the day. It's a really fun, really cool thing. Um, and just and that sensei guy, he's so freaking strong because the curses, they're pretty much spoiler. Their plan is to pretty much kind of flip. I don't even know how, like just kind of flip everything on its head, because they're considered curses, and then humans are considered humans, right? So they what they pretty much want to do is to kind of want to change that. They want the curses to be humans and the humans to be curses, if that makes sense, because they're saying the most purest version of a human is a curse because those are the actual emotions, like that's what they. I think I got that right, right? I'm not
Yeah, you
misremembering
definitely hit the
anything.
nail on the head there, but um, I think to just kind of keep it concise for the viewers and the listeners, these past 1 to 9 episodes, right, Rafa? What would you give it as a grading wise, and then also how excited are you for, unfortunately, the last three that we're going to be watching?
No, isn't it scheduled for 24 episodes?
Oh, that's right. So the last three for this half, and then obviously the other 12. So total 15 episodes. But even then, like first 9 episodes, if you just had to give it like a just a full on 1 through 10 review, what would you give it?
I give it a 10 out of 10. This show's
Wow.
awesome. I don't see anything wrong with the show.
And
I've
that's
been, I've
really rare for you, isn't it?
It is, honestly. I can't see anything wrong with the show. I've enjoyed every single episode back to back, back to back. There's been not a single thing I did not enjoy. Not a single thing. Because I'm trying to think of like no, yeah, because he got introduced, he became the curse or whatever, and all that happened, and even the episode where it kind of slowed down for a bit, with when they introduced the other characters, like the big soul guy who was like, "Hey, what kind of girl you into?" And like, if you give me a boring answer, I'm gonna beat your ass or whatever. Remember that scene? The big soul guy from the
I
other school.
absolutely love that character.
He's hilarious. And he's
Oh
also
man,
super strong too. Like
he's
they
nutty.
they were saying like he doesn't use any curse energy unless he's fighting a special grade.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. That is insanity. That is insanity. Not her. I don't like the twin with the gun. I like the other
Yeah.
girl.
I mean, she's just a tool for the other twin, the one with like she's just
The, with the
plot for yeah.
glasses.
She's just like a plot summary help for the other person. So,
Yeah. I,
um,
I like the girl with the glasses. She's
mm-hmm.
cool. My favorite one, hands down, is the girl with the voodoo doll and the nails and the hammer.
Oh yeah,
She's my
no yeah,
favorite one. She's my favorite one. I have not seen Fire Force this season,
me either.
so I might have to check it out to see what's going on with Best Girl Maki. But I'm really liking this girl and whatever her name is in Jujutsu Kaisen. So she might be my best girl for this season.
Ooh,
I
yeah, I kind of
really
feel
like her
bad for
character.
Fire Force. Like we just kind of
Yeah,
gave up on it quite a bit. But I think my favorite characters are for sure the big buff dude and Itadori. I mean, what's not to like about the
Midori's
main
cool.
character? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty common for people to just like it. But the big buff dude is hilarious.
it's
I
funny.
cannot wait till Itadori meets him. You'll see as to why because it's absolutely hilarious. So that's just gonna give him extra brownie points, and I can't wait for that episode to come out whenever it does. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like just in general, I think
No,
for me this show's 100% a 10 out of 10 for sure.
yeah, I can't think of anything I don't like. I haven't, other than the twin girl with the gun. I can't think of any other characters that I don't like. The guy that talks in food ingredients. He's cool, especially when you kind of
Yeah.
see him use his powers a little bit. Like that was really cool to see. Of course, the sensei. He's like the badass dude. Like it's so crazy to think that like these curses have want to like take in a sense take over the world, and like number one on the list is yo, we gotta take out this one specific guy. If we don't take out this one specific guy, we ain't gonna get nothing done. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Like to have to be that powerful that you're on the radar like that. Like that's insane. He's cool. Um, the guy with the black hair, with the dogs, like they're all great characters. I can't think of anything I don't like. Like I don't remember by this point in time when we were talking about Run a Girlfriend, I think one or two episodes passed by. They were like, those two episodes weren't that great, whatever, you know. Remember, remember when this guy was acting like an idiot in
Yep,
Run a Girlfriend?
the cringe episode. Yep.
Yeah, like there's like an episode too that we weren't really vibing that much with, you know. By this point in time, but here Jujutsu Kaisen is just it's hitting out of the park,
Yeah.
man. I can't think of anything that I did not enjoy. I like the interactions between Itadori and the curse that lives inside of him. Like their interactions is awesome. It's always bad. You always know you're in for a badass scene when the curse comes out and takes over the body.
For
You
sure.
always know something's crazy is gonna be. It's top notch, man. This is a top notch anime right here. This is yeah, man. I could see this being as of right now. I could see this being in the top five of this year for sure.
Easily. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Woo! Jujutsu Kaisen, man. I can't wait for episode 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14 and the rest. So that's pretty much it. We both agree that that's the best show this season as of right now. It can change. They could screw it up, but hopefully they don't. You know, if they do screw it up, Hector, Super Princess is always there for me as that backup. You know,
That is
ready to
true.
go, ready to go for me. Um, but moving on from that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna go ahead and go into the last segment of this podcast. You guys already know it's the mainstay, the one, the true, the only anime swap. Now, um, Hector, you recommended to me Tokyo ESP, right?
Indeed, I did.
And I recommended to you
The
the Dragon Pilot.
Dragon Pilot. There you go. Yes, yes, yes.
I forgot like the Dragon Pilot something Matsu-san. I can't remember like the one name in there. Let me go first. I want to go first, and then I'll let you talk about it in a second. Tokyo ESP. I could have. I thought I saw this before. I felt like I saw like an episode before of this, but I didn't. I was completely wrong, and this was a whole new experience for me, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the 3 episodes. They were pretty cool. I like the whole thing about the how like the espers are pretty much just humans with like special abilities like psychic abilities and things like that. You know, and the main girl, she's a lot of fun. The girl, the as you call her, the white girl, the girl with the white hair. Um, she's really cool. I like her personality. That dad is hilarious. The big, mostly dude with like, and he also has like powers. He's awesome too. I the first episode. I kind of like how they build the first episode up because you really don't see the main character, the girl with the white hair. She's not in the first episode. I think she's only in there for like 2 seconds, honestly.
Hmm.
You know, you kind of see all these other side characters and the bad guys coming around making a mess and destroying things um and then and again they introduce some of the side characters and then towards the end she finally shows up, the main character, right? Um then episode 2 it goes into introducing the main girl and how she got her powers and things like that. So like in a sense, like there's these fishes, like these gold fishes that kind of just like swim around, like like in the open, like just like out walking down the street, you just see a bunch of fishes just kind of like flying around or whatever. And if one of these fishes touches you, then you end up getting like powers, like Esper powers. That's what ended up happening to the main girl. She got touched by one of these fishes, and I just love how the introduction of a kind of like her powers, like she fell through her floor, ended up in the neighbor's floor down below, and she was naked because she went through all her clothes. Like that was such a funny scene, and her kind of getting used to her powers and things like that. And then there's the other guy, the crow guy, who was kind of like, yeah, like we have powers and we should use them for to fight evil and stuff like that. Like he was pretty cool. And then the whole thing with the mafia guys or whatever. I think that was episode 3 where like the mafia guys were like they were up to no good or like they bombed their house or whatever, like the main girl's house. I'm like, what is happening here? Like it was pretty crazy. I don't like. Episode 1, I liked the red hair girl a lot because I thought she was super cool. But then in episode 2 and episode 3, I didn't like her that much anymore. Because like yeah, she's rowdy and she fights or whatever, but like they literally drove to the main girl's house and like lit it on fire. Like they could have killed like her whole family. That in a sense that's what they were trying to do, is kill her family. And the only reason that that didn't happen because her only family was her dad, and he's like super swole, like super giant swole dude who has powers too. So like I was like okay, like it's cool that he didn't die because he's a really cool character. But like I was like, bro, you guys literally try to kill people right now. Like you guys literally just did arson, trying to murder people. Like f you guys, you know? Like that girl with the red hair, I'm not cool with her no more. I did not. That right there was like the I can't root for you, even though you were in the first episode and you were kind of cool there. I did not. I was just like, nah, bro. I don't know. I couldn't get behind that. You know, I thought that was taking it too far for the characters, not for the show. But then the dad was like he clearly has a connection to like the underworld too. Like it seems like it's one of the guys that were trying to burn his house down or whatever. He knew who he was and he was like talking to him like in a respectful way or whatever. So it seems like the dad is somehow connected to the underworld. Maybe he's an ex gangster, ex Yakuza member or whatever. I'm assuming, or he's used to be maybe a leader. I think, you know. But no, I enjoyed the 3 episodes. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I did. I am interested to see where it goes because of the terrorist guys who took over that building at the beginning of episode 1, and what's gonna happen with them. The girl with the samurai swords from episode 1 that teleports or whatever. She clearly either has beef or rivalry with the white haired girl, the main character. So like, what's going on with them two? Like, why are they like kind of like hating on each other? Like and then the other characters, the side characters, like how did they, how they end up getting their powers, and how did they come into play with all this and what's going on? Because the overall feeling or the overall kind of like sense of the show is that like uh, normal human beings don't like espers. They hate on all espers. It's just they stereotype the espers as being bad guys. They're just out here trying to hurt people because of the powers. They have the powers, so they can get away with being bad guys pretty much. So that the general consensus is that espers are bad. They're freaks. They're monsters. They want to hurt us, pretty much, right? And then, but then, they're the good espers, right? The girl with the white hair and her friends or whatever. They're like, hey, no, we're not bad guys. Not all espers are bad guys. We're here trying to save people and whatever. And she's kind of like a legend around town. The main girl with the white hair, saving people and things like that. So, no, I'm pretty hyped about the show. I did enjoy it. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I did. So, I'll see how it goes.
Yeah, me either. I'm not surprised you liked it. Well, I am surprised that you liked that as much as you did. I thought it was gonna be more of like the mid to bottom tier, kind of anime. But
It's
hey,
it's top of the mid tier.
okay.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I There's other anime that I would rather watch. I'm not saying rather watch, but like there's other anime that I would prioritize over this anime. But it's not. This is not an anime that I don't want to drop. This is an anime that eventually I do want to get through.
Okay. Now, for myself, you gave me Dragon Pilot, Hisone, and Masotan.
Matsu-san, yeah.
Yeah. So, here's the dealio. While watching episode 1 and watching episode 2, I realized you have indeed given me this anime before.
I did.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
I went back and looked at the episodes, and you had actually talked about this before. It was one of your sleeper picks. And then when I had told you that, or slept on animes, and then when I had told you I had never watched it, you actually recommended it to me that day, as well.
shoot.
So,
Shoot.
I mean, to briefly just kind of explain for those who don't know, Dragon Pilot, Hisone, and Masotan is essentially an anime about these dragons who are inhabiting our world and actually are part of this special space, not space, air. air self-defense force, right? And essentially how it works is these dragons have to be paired up with certain people, but not just anybody. They have to be paired up with people who befriend and are accepted by these dragons, because essentially how it works is these dragons ingest, kind of bite into you, and or not bite into you, but bite you, right, and like suck you into their body. And essentially if you're not loved or liked or befriended to this dragon, you're gonna die to the acid inside. But if they accept you, you can live inside the acid. Like, you're fine, you're alive inside the acid, and you can even pilot them within their respective role within the air self-defense task force. So for example, the main character, she is in a fighter jet, and she is with the Blue Dragon fighter jet one, and then there's other girls that get introduced who, for example, one of them is like a carrier ship, this giant green dragon, which looks amazing when you look at him, like, you know, de-transform. She's special friends with him, and there's another one who's in a, I believe it's like a fueler tank airplane, and she's inside that one. So yeah, it's like you get introduced to all these incredible characters, and the animation itself is beautiful. It's such a nice, clean, kind of softer brush feel. Rafa, I don't know if you agree.
Yeah.
For like the anime, and like in general, I truly did enjoy watching this, and even watching it again kind of rejuvenated my want to finish this anime. I had noticed when I was gonna start to watch it, because for Anime Swap, I was like, why does it say that I already watched 5 episodes? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe I did watch this and I just forgot about it. And then I got to episode 2 and I'm like, oh, Rafa already told me to watch this.
You should have told me. I would have told you to watch something else.
Yeah, I didn't notice until obviously I had to watch it. And like you said, with the scheduling conflict, I didn't start watching it again until quite literally yesterday. So, or yesterday or the day before. But yeah, so I had watched it and then I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I came prepared. I wanted to just once again tell everybody this is definitely a show to watch. I do enjoy it. I know you were saying this is one of your favorites. This is one that you kind of hope that I like. And just to reassure you again, watching it twice, or watching the first 3 episodes twice, yes, 100%. I do enjoy this show. I do want to continue watching it. Like I said, I got to episode 5, and I believe there's only 12 episodes, so almost halfway there. And yeah, definitely check this one out, guys. It's really, really good.
Okay. So, what is your recommendation for this week, Hector?
I have something similar to Tokyo ESP, but maybe a little bit different. I have this one called Cop Craft. Have you watched it before?
Cop Craft? No, there's no song.
So Cop Craft takes place on after Earth was linked with the magical world. San Teresa City became a melting pot of cultures and species, but despite peace on the surface, there's always an underbelly. That's where Detective Kei Matoba and Knight Tirana come in, and it's essentially kind of like a detective anime, with like unexpected allies and an unexpected partner, and it's really, really cool. I remember watching it maybe earlier this year, and I forget when it came out, but I remember watching it. I was like really intrigued because it's essentially a detective anime, where like eventful things happen, and like murders start to get framed on different species, and there's like essentially a group that wants to disrupt the flow of everything that's going on, and then this knight that gets brought into the detective's world is actually somebody special and things like that. Like it's really, really interesting. It's definitely a good show that I enjoyed. I'm not gonna say it's in my top favorites, but I actually really enjoyed watching it when I was actively watching it. So I want to see what you think about it. I don't think I've ever like recommended a detective-ish anime show to you, but I don't know if you even watch them in general, like besides what I'm gonna recommend. So yeah, I want to see what you think about this one for sure.
Okay. For sure. It looks cool. It looks different for sure. Have you seen anime called Amagi Brilliant Park?
That I can tell you right now, the name does not sound familiar at all. Is that on Hulu or anything?
Ooh. It's on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll, okay. By the way, the Copcraft is on Hulu.
Okay, cool. So you have not seen it, right? No, nothing familiar to you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. So it's pretty much it's about this amusement park that is they're planning to shut down, and this high school student gets wrapped in to be the manager. To like he pretty much has to manage the amusement park and try to keep it alive. Try to make sure it doesn't close pretty much. And like the special thing about this amusement park is that like a lot of the characters, a lot of the people that live there, they're actually real. Like I guess like if there's fairies, like if you see like a fairy walking around, you think, oh, it's just a person in costume as like a guest at the amusement park, but in real life there actually are like there actually are a fairy, if that makes sense. Like they have like mascots, like it's like this like they have like a giant bear, like a big cat. It's not a bear, but like a cat, like and like this like sheep guy. They look like the big mascot animals that walk around like kind of dance and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So like they so while they're open in the day for to have guests around, they act like that, right? Like a big goofy mascot. But like when they close, they're at the end of the day once the amusement park closes. Like they don't take off. It's not an outfit they take off. They actually are a giant cat. They actually are a giant like sheep or whatever. Like they all really really are. They're so it's like it's almost like a magical mystical creatures and humans and things who are living in this amusement park, pretending to be what they are. Uh, but when it's not, when the amusement park closes, they're still who they don't like go home and they're like, oh man, what a great day. Let me take off, this costume. They are who they are, and they live in the amusement park. It's almost like it's almost like it's its own little world where this mystical creatures live in, and and if the amusement park closes, they're not gonna have any place to live. So that's kind of like the point of the story. Like this guy has to find a way to keep the amusement park open, so these magical creatures can have a place to live. Like there's a
Mm.
princess and there's like fairies and like there's like girls who can use like powers. There's like an alligator that walks around that talks and
I'm
um
I'm looking at the picture right now, and it looks like a bunch of interesting characters for sure.
yeah, it's really funny. It's a really funny show. The You're really gonna enjoy from all the goofy, wacky characters there are. You're really gonna enjoy the three mascots. It's the cat, like the sheep guy, and the one this little guy that he kind of looks like a bear. He has like a little green hat on his head. Like you, out of all the characters, I know those three are the ones you're gonna enjoy the most. Like they're hilarious. They make me
Okay.
like bust out laughing. Like they were like it's, like the point of they're kind of like their joke is like they're like the cutesy like face of the park or whatever, but like, they say some real foul stuff. Like they, like yeah, like they're hella crude, and one of them, like if I remember correctly, I think the cat is like super sexist or whatever. Like it's some really funny stuff. Like it's a really good show. It's not just wacky to be wacky. It is silly. Some of the characters are silly. Some of the characters are wacky and kind of out there. Um, but there is a story behind it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not just a bunch of wacky, goofy stuff going on for 12 episodes. There is a story going on through all 12 episodes. I really enjoyed watching this through. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it so much when I did watch it. I thought I was just in for some more of those shows that I love, where it's just a bunch of wacky stuff happening throughout the episodes and no story happening. I thought it was just some of that. But I was very surprised when the story finally, started picking up steam and kind of get into what the story is really about. So it's a really good watch, and it's
Okay.
a very nice. If you ever get to the end, it has a very nice, heartwarming ending
Ooh.
to
Okay.
boot. So
That makes me look forward to it then.
yeah, if you ever get to the 12 episodes, so yeah, it's a really good show.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm excited for it then. Okay.
You know, so hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you hopefully it becomes one of those the ones you have on you put on your list. But Hector, looks like that's it. Looks like we are done for today.
Ooh, glad to
Nothing
be
else to
back.
talk about. Right, glad we took a week off. Back at it again. It's like we almost like we never missed it. We never missed a day, right? But the same, we were back at it again, and we're doing what we gotta do, and here we go, right? Uh, right before I close out the episode, Hector, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say, really quickly?
Yes, I only have two things that I want to plug. Quickly, one, again, check out my stream. Definitely do that. And two, well, the other two things, the main things I wanted to plug was one, we have an amazing group of friends who create shirts, and they have custom designs and can also take your personal custom designs and take care of them and also make them for you. Definitely check out 3upprints.com. They have some really dope stuff on there, and I believe a new collection should be coming out not soon, but just keep an eye out. A new collection is going to be coming out that you can definitely cop and rock. Their clothes is fantastic. The shirts feel great. They're high quality. It's definitely worth checking out. It's going to be in the description down below, probably towards the bottom. And don't forget to check out Rafa's other podcast. It is called The Playing Pod with Alex, John, and Rafa.
Yes, sir.
Rafa is quite literally the main man on there, so you definitely want to go there
Oh, thank
to
you.
check it out. Hilarious. And if you haven't already, go definitely check out Geek 3000. They have some great content, a lot of sessions videos, which those are fantastic. And of course, we have Rafa's iconic "You're capping with no brim" comments. So you definitely want to check
Yeah,
those guys out. And yeah,
sure.
that's it for my shout outs pretty much.
Cool. Just kind of piggybacking off you. Yeah, what Hector says about the sessions, it's just us playing, some gameplay videos, just like classic YouTube stuff, gameplay videos. We play everything and anything. The last video we just put out was Battlefield 5. That was a lot of fun playing that. The podcast I got, like Hector said, the Playing Pod, where we talk about pop culture, well, mostly video games, TV shows, and we also have another podcast that comes out every twice a month. No, yeah, twice a month. No, that doesn't sound right. Every 2 weeks, right? Twice a month. Yes, twice a month. It is the Does It Hold Up Movies podcast. Um, as of right now, there's 2 episodes out. Episode one, we looked into The Matrix. You see how that was. In episode two, that just came out, I think about maybe a week or two ago, was Saving Private Ryan. That was a lot of fun, a really great movie. And episode three is going to be The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. So stay tuned for that. That is only on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's not on YouTube. That's an exclusive for those platforms, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So check it out on there. That's it's a lot of fun going back and checking out these movies and reviewing them with these fellas. Um, yeah, so that's great. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, check out the Twitters at Bento Boxcast, Hector's Twitter at Ultra V Man, and my Twitter, Me Talk and Me. And of course, join the Discord. We're always there ready to talk to you guys on any of these platforms. If you want to get that shout out, go ahead and comment down below on YouTube. If not, give us a shout out on Twitter. We'll of course give you that shout out in the next episode. Go ahead and like if you enjoyed the podcast, and subscribe if you have not done that, so you can get the updates on whenever the next episode comes out. So it comes out every Friday by noon. That's what we're trying to aim by noon. So you can start the weekend off with a nice anime dosage of podcastingness, right? And thank you to everybody who listened. Thank you for all the support. We love you guys so much. Thank you, Hector, for being here with me for another of these awesome episodes. And that is pretty much it. Right? Nothing else. I haven't forgot anything.
No, that is it. We are done and dusted. That is the pod, episode 26. Good time.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Love you. See you guys at the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.